Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? So yesterday was a very interesting, actually for the last couple of days it's been dang interesting if I'm being honest. Yesterday was a very interesting day with gold and silver. Today there's a lot of explanation going on and we will cover it, but I want to show you not to be despaired. I did warn you about this, but we might see one hell of a rebound. I'll let you know about that here in just a moment. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right, gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. So head on over to Money Metals. The link is down below in the description. Right now is a good time. In case you haven't noticed, the spot market might be moving up and down in price, but the one thing that's not moving is the premiums. Silver continues to sell around the $30 per ounce, and yes, I already know there's a couple of sites that are having some sales going on. I get that, but for the most part, they're not budging. Why is that? That's because it's being supported at that level. I keep telling people not to watch the spot market, but you insist. We're going to see that spot. Speaking of spot market, by the way, did anybody else notice the changes they made to the market? I'll show you what I'm talking about. But first, for those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you guys know I have an alternative website where I could post videos that I cannot post here on YouTube. I posted up a bunch of new ones. I encourage you guys to go check them out. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Check this out. Notice these up here. NASDAQ with the F. What the F? So what's with these new looks, huh? YM with an F. NQ with an F. GC with an F. Obviously, that's gold. SI with an F. Are they trying to say that these are futures contracts that they're showing us now? Is that what we're seeing? What is the F for? I mean, what would be the purpose of changing it? Unless you're trying to throw us for a loop. Seriously. Anyways, you can see right here, you got silver at $22.05. After they slammed it down below $22 yesterday, we're going to cover that here in just a second. Talk about a rebound. Yeah, that's right. Gold back up to around $17.50. But I don't think this little fight's done yet. But I don't know if they're going to be able to repeat what the hell they did yesterday in silver. So Bitcoin bouncing around 43,700. Nice. I can see that. Crypto made their move. Both Bitcoin, Ethereum above the halfway mark on the 52-week average. Very nice. Ethereum back up above 3,000. Cardano up 3/4 of the way up to the highest all time. And you got XRP. Well, it went from 90 cents back up to 95 cents. I hope you guys went over to Kucoin and grabbed your XRP so you're prepared for that big bounce. Okay, and for those of you who are wondering what Kucoin is, down below in the description, there's a link for both Coinbase as well as Kucoin. You can buy XRP on Kucoin. Now I'm digging on DOT. It's still at the halfway mark right here, but I have a feeling they're going to make their move. DOT, Polkadot, and Cardano are the competitors against Ethereum. Very interesting. I'm keeping an eye on them along with Ethereum, although I still think that eventually Ethereum is going to pass up Bitcoin. It just has way more things going on. You can see Doge making a move, but nobody cares anymore. I remember people used to talk about that every day. Now you don't hear anything about it whatsoever. So if you look at the 52-week average over here, not a lot of coins at or above the halfway mark. Everybody somewhere just below the halfway mark. Luna doing very good. I believe Luna is on Kucoin as well, so go check it out. Just looking for the LUNA1, and you can buy it there, but it's definitely, it looks like it's on the move. Uniswap halfway mark. Avalanche getting up near its highs. So, you know, there's no consistency in the market, and that is by design. So Veracity coin still sitting there, bouncing around the 3 cent mark. It might make a run. It's already at 8%. Sand dollar, huh? I don't know what the heck's going on, but it was at 60 cents, back up to 66.5 cents. What's it trying to do? So are all these coins trying to make these, are they trying to make a rebound? Are they trying to get up to where they were? Because maybe this is the time to jump on them. Those are on Kucoin, you guys, and as well as Coinbase. So let's look at the crazy graph that we call silver. So yesterday, look at this. There's this huge drop off. It stayed level, and now all of a sudden it's running up again. I can see they're trying to bring it back down here. So what happened yesterday, Pimpy? Well, let's take a look and review some things we seen on Twitter that I thought was interesting. The cartel, you ready for this? Look at the size of this. The cartel dumped 77,392 contracts at 5,000 ounces per contract. 387 million of ounces of silver in the span of a few minutes to smash silver price by $1 from $22.50 to $21.50. It is about 40% of the world's annual production of silver. By such acts, the cartel is playing with fire and will get burnt. In other words, you know, if they're actually dropping this, and in my opinion, they're contracts again, so it's just paper. Nobody cares. This is why you should never pay attention to the paper market, because they can do crap like this. Really? 77,392? And you don't think that's a manipulation? Yeah. So what they're doing is, as they drop down the value of silver by dumping these fake paper contracts, prices get down low and they are gobbling it up. Very interesting, but that's what caused that big of a drop. James Anderson kicks butt. I do like listening to his videos. This is historic near 50-year context below. The comics longs weak as you know what right now. Gonna be a bit hunker on in our trenches. So you can see the historic comics silver futures. Context for how weak the longs in silver are right now. Red arrow. So what they're saying is the prices are going to be down here. So what James is saying, by hunkering down in the trenches, they're going to keep trying to keep the contracts down here. They're keeping the silver low. So this is usually how we pay attention to what they're trying to do as far as manipulations. What is their goal? You can see they're trying to bring the contracts down to here. This is that time we should do a silver squeeze and drive the price up and cost them a lot of money like they did in the GameStop stock. Peter Schiff. If banks have to bear the added expenses of reporting all checks as low as $600, not only does that represent a huge loss of privacy for Americans, empowering future oppression by a tyrannical government, but banks will have to significantly raise fees for small checking accounts. Or if you want to keep your privacy, obviously you consider doing one or two things. One, don't keep your money in the bank. I told you, I wouldn't trust a bank. A bailout's going to wipe it out. Hold most of it in gold and silver that you keep in your possession. Other part of it is maybe you consider keeping yours in cryptocurrencies. They say banks must report $600 or less, and you might want an exchange that's not here in the United States. Something like Kucoin. Just throwing that out there. Daniela, beautiful by the way, she's got her own Dansbury YouTube show. She's asking this question: if you're having a hard time sourcing Silver Eagle and Maples, let me know. Working on a story. Sources telling me supply is getting tight. Premiums will follow. People, I think, when I read the comments, they're misunderstanding what she's saying. She's not saying silver is tight. She is saying Eagles and Maples. So there's a mixed response in there, which is very interesting. The Chad. I love that, by the way. What's the point anymore? JP Morgan will continue to rig the derivatives metals market, and silver will maintain its shitty, suppressed price all by design. Yeah, that's the thinking. Keep thinking that way, because this time people are a lot more educated. There's a lot more awareness that's happening, and we're seeing the squeeze on the overall physical side of metals. So don't believe the market. Nobody cares about the market. They can only rig it for so long. But eventually people are going to go, yeah, you're full of it. Nobody believes them. As a matter of fact, most people don't believe it as it is. And we keep buying up all the silver. And pretty soon they're going to learn, JP Morgan and them, by rigging the market on the price and driving it down, all they did is piss people off who turn around and bought the metal anyways. So you might want to consider being a lot more honest with the silver, like letting it go up so people might then cash it in and you'll have your silver back. But driving the prices down, that doesn't just help the central banks. It doesn't just help all the rich people. Those people who are also stacking, us peons on the bottom here, we don't mind the price going down. Go ahead. To me, that's just buying on a dip. But what you'll notice is the spot market is going, not the price of the silver. They're still in the $30. Perth Mint is out of gold. Now, I have not heard that one. That's very interesting. But if that's true, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They can just drive the contract markets and paper market. They can manipulate it all they want. But eventually, this will happen to the actual physical gold and silver. Then they'll be crying about how they want to buy it back, but we'll be saying at a much, much higher price than your fake market spot price. Silver in USD is leaving behind an epic bear trap, reversing the stop run under 7 wicks. A classic from the silver playbook and my dream scenario come true. A false breakdown, if reversed, most often leads to enormously powerful moves in the opposite direction. So what they're saying here is that, hey, out of the playbook for them to slam silver prices down so low that people panic, you actually sell your physical gold and silver, and then they buy it on a cheaper price, and then they let it swing back up. But that's just it. Nobody is parting with their silver. I understand some people are having to part with it a little bit because they're kind of in a predicament. I understand that, but try to hold on to it as much as possible. So again, what he's talking about, or she's talking about, I don't want to be sexist. A classic from the silver playbook, but people are a lot more wiser now. We know not to fall for that manipulated price. And it's a dream scenario because you can turn around and buy cheaper. That's how it used to be back in the olden days. Not so much today because the premiums are still up there. And yes, you guys, I understand. There are some sales going on. You don't have to let me know. So David Brady is just saying here, hey, just a reminder. He said this back in April. Seeing people lose heart in metals and miners. Large sell-offs are designed to do this. This is why sentiment is such a great contrarian indicator. The biggest rallies tend to follow the biggest reversals. Everyone should buy low, sell high, but the opposite is true for most. That's right. You people who panic going, oh my God, I put every dime in there. Don't panic. Just wait. It'll reverse. It always does. This big sell-off could have been one last ditch effort to try to get as many people to part with their metals as possible. Dropping, what is that, 72 or 77,000 contracts? What the hell? Really? This is why I say don't fall. A gold bull, when this one blows, it will be a sight for sore eyes. You can see the gold going up, coming down, and going back up. So it has a trend, by the way, it does it. So it's already starting to form the bull, and we look for it to continue up. Because it's getting to that point. We all know the market's going to crash. And still, by now, if you've not moved over at least 25-30% of your IRA or 401k to protect yourself, just keep procrastinating. I know I'm going to get those people who say, man, Pimpy, I wish I would have. And I'm going to say, you know what? I wish you would have too. I wasn't just blowing smoke up your butt. I was telling you for a reason. What do you have to lose by moving over 25-30% of your retirement? If the market doesn't crash, you still have the silver. You still have your retirement aid. If it does, then guess what? You're protected by the gold and silver that you bought. It'll make up for what you lost. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a win-win scenario. No one could seriously suggest we saw the dumping of equivalent of 45% of the annual silver production yesterday. The obvious follow-up question is, who the hell bought it? That's what would happen in such a transaction if it actually involved physical metal. You're right, we would be going, who the hell bought it? Was it 347 million ounces? Yeah, 45% of annual production. Yeah, you guys can't actually believe. See, here's what it is. Back in olden days, people used to think of it as the actual silver itself. But it's not. It's the paper market. People are smarter or not falling for it. Anyways, I like going over from time to time to Wall Street Silver and look at the pictures to get myself motivated. This is what 400 ounces looks like. Now multiply that times 20. That would be my picture. Check this out. A monster box. My first 500-ounce monster box of Kucoins. Remember the first time you ever heard of the name Kucoin on the coin? Remember that? The Mel Gibson movie? What the hell was the name of that movie? Had Danny Glover in it. Anyways, remember those guys had gold Kucoins coming out of their car? This is silver, of course it is, but I'm just saying, that's the first time I ever heard of it. Oh, now this here is a sexy bar, and actually I'm going to get one. This is what a kilo bar looks like. That is beautiful. I'm almost jealous, but I'm going to have to get one. That is just gorgeous. I'm sorry, just let me stare for just a second. Look at that shiny surfer. What a thing of beauty. So anyways, you guys, that's it. I just wanted to just touch bases with you super quick to let you know that they are going in mass manipulation mode. It almost looks like they're panicky for some reason. I'm wondering what's really getting ready to happen. Obviously, those who are in the know something's going on, that they were trying to smash down the prices of silver and other metals in order to have somebody else pick it up on the physical side. Of course, they weren't picking up 347 million ounces. That's just paper. What they're trying to do is snake up all the people who panic and go sell their silver. Don't panic. Money Metals, where we at on the Eagles? Danielle was asking about Eagles. You can see this one here is sold out, but that's for random years. But you can see this is as low as. That means if you buy 500 or more. So they still got Eagles. There's some more that are sold out. Eagles are still here with Money Metals, and you can see the prices up there. Let's take a look at, I don't know, Maple Leaves. You could usually get them just slightly cheaper. So Maple Leaves at 27, that's what I'm talking about. So for those, well, 28.10. So for those of you looking to buy on a budget and you want more bang for your buck, you can see right here, it's just shy of $2 cheaper to go for Maple Leaves. So maybe move it over to Maple Leaves because you can get more. Kucoin, that's even cheaper. But you notice there's a limit on there, and it takes 3 weeks for delivery. So at least you're aware of it. So yeah, again, an ounce of silver is an ounce of silver. So if you want to get more bang for your buck, there you go. Go for silver Kucoins. Let's take a look at bars. Silver bars are on sale right now, $25.39. 1 week delay. Why is there a delay? Maybe there's a shortage. Just saying. Oh, look at that. The kangaroos, Australian roos, $26. A lot of these are a little bit cheaper than they were. So we definitely see that Money Metals went down with the exception of the Eagles. So I get that. The Maple Leaves went down. Let's take a look at other ones. I don't mind comparing. I think AntMex said they were going to have a sale. I don't know if they are, but let's take a look. American Eagles, not the proofs. Let's look at the coins. They're right around the same price as, well, a little bit more higher than Money Metals. All right, so let's take a look at Jayon Bullion, see where they are with their Eagles. Higher than Money Metals, but even so, you guys, this is pretty consistent. It's not like they're that much more higher. But definitely Money Metals is usually about the cheapest, if not second cheapest. They always have great deals. Again, thank you, Money Metals. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.